Today, we're going to show you something we did in the 1970s.
It was a wonderful time.
Flash forward to the 1970s.
That decade of polyester, questionable facial hair, and general bewilderment known as the 1970s was a true incubator for the bizarre. Here's a look back at 10 creepy things from the 70s you forgot all about. Number 1. The late-night national anthem. Nothing says, "Good night, America." You've watched enough static for one day, like a blurry, grainy image of a flag flapping solemnly while an off-key brass band plays the anthem. It was the television's very gentle, patriotic way of saying, "Get to bed, I'm going to go to complete static, allowing poltergeist spirits to come through me." The only thing on now is your own reflection in the blank screen, and it's judging your life choices. It was mandatory viewing for night owls, insomniacs, and anyone whose soul hadn't yet been consumed by the hypnotic hum of a cathode ray tube. A perfect, eerie, official end to a night of questionable programming. 2. Emergency Broadcast System TV Test.
Attention, this is an emergency broadcast.
The Emergency Broadcast System TV Test, the official 70s way to give the entire population a collective heart attack.
We were all born to die!
A pleasant female voice would calmly warn you that this was just a test, only a test, right before a shrill, piercing tone capable of shattering glassware and small children's eardrums took over.
What's that weird sound?
We interrupt dinner for the emergency broadcast system.
It was a weekly reminder that at any moment, your favorite sitcom could be interrupted by news of an impending nuclear apocalypse, and the government's preparedness plan was a catchy little jingle and a terrifying high-pitched squeal.
It was a simpler time. It was a better time.
3. Smokey the Bear forest fire commercials.
Smokey the Bear says only you can prevent forest fires.
Smokey the Bear was the woodland menace who terrorized children with stern warnings and an unsettling ability to wear a ranger hat.
It's hard to make a talking bear funny.
These commercials featured a talking bear, which is creepy enough, constantly wagging his finger and reminding you that only you can prevent forest fires. Thanks, Smokey, for putting the burden of ecological disaster on a 7-year-old making s'mores.
Only you.
4. Mood rings.
Multicolor mood ring.
The mood ring, a piece of cheap plastic and even cheaper metal, claimed to read your inner emotional state and display it as a color, like a tiny, temperamental traffic light for your feelings. Was it a sophisticated biofeedback mechanism? No, it was a piece of junk reacting to the warmth of your clammy palm. It was a completely unreliable, color-coded indictment of your emotional well-being. 5. Magic 8-Ball Toy.
Magic 8-Ball is the Fox Network sustainable.
The Magic 8-Ball, the world's most pessimistic and non-committal oracle, was a toy you shook vigorously to get vague, often useless life advice from a liquid-filled plastic sphere. Want to know if you'll be rich? Outlook not so good. Will you pass the test? Don't count on it. It was basically a snarky, drunk fortune teller trapped in a black billiard ball, serving up depressing non-answers to all of life's complex questions.
Magic 8-Ball? What's the best email provider?
6. The Ouija board. The Ouija board, not a toy, a game that lets you and your friends summon spirits from the pits of hell to spell out spooky messages.
That's not creepy.
Often about who has a crush on whom. It's an innocent pastime involving everyone pretending their fingers aren't pushing the planchette while they secretly hope to communicate with a grumpy Victorian ghost.
Ouija, it's just a game, isn't it?
It was the perfect combination of teenage boredom and cheap veneer of supernatural peril, allowing for plausible deniability when the ghost inevitably spelled out "run" or "give me candy." A truly stable foundation for a Saturday night slumber party, unless of course the board spelled out "I'm the darkness within and I'm watching you." At that point, a good therapist or rehabilitation center was in order. 7. Super elastic bubble plastic.
Do you know how dangerously toxic this stuff is?
Super elastic bubble plastic was a tube of brightly colored, highly flammable goo that you squeezed onto a straw and then blew into a repulsive, chemical-smelling bubble.
And the super elastic bubble plastic.
The stuff looked like transmission fluid from a crashed UFO. It required a deep lung capacity and a willingness to inhale toxic industrial solvents. A toy that promised hours of fun, provided you didn't accidentally ingest it or ignite your newly created, terrifyingly durable plastic sphere.
Pilot light was on, the whole thing blew up.
The smell alone was enough to classify it as a weapon.
From Whammo.
8. Stretch Armstrong. Stretch Armstrong, a strapping, terrifyingly pliable action figure whose limbs could be pulled to multiple times their length.
Worth it. Totally worth it.
Filled with a mysterious, corn syrup-like goo that was hard as a rock if you ever got clobbered over the head with one.
Yeah, that hurt? Oh, that hurt? What the hell?
His very existence was an unsettling display of anatomical defiance. He taught children the valuable lesson that if you pull hard enough on something, it will eventually stop resisting and become a sad, elongated version of its former self. 9. TV Test Pattern Signal. The TV test pattern signal, the image that appeared on your television when the stations had mercifully shut down for the night, was a masterpiece of bizarre.
The TV! The TV!
Featuring concentric circles, color bars, and a chillingly placid face, usually a Native American chief, often a generic girl's face, depending on the pattern, right in the center. It was like a secret. A cult diagram broadcast directly into your living room. It was the late-night picture that stared back at you, suggesting that maybe your television was plotting something while you slept. 10. The Kool-Aid Man commercials.
People yell, "Hey, Kool-Aid!"
I drank the Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid? Yeah, Kool-Aid.
Michael!
I'm getting Kool-Aid!
The Kool-Aid Man commercials featured a giant, sentient pitcher of fruit punch who would burst, or, oh yeah, through walls of people's houses to deliver sugary drinks to screaming children. He was an unstoppable, terracotta-colored behemoth demonstrating a total disregard for structural integrity and property rights.
You're the Kool-Aid guy.
The whole thing was a confusing lesson in both the power of thirst and the absolute lack of respect for drywall.
Well, relatively normal.
All with a smile on his face. Creepy.
Oh yeah!
What was your creepy memories of the 70s? Leave a comment down below, and if you liked this trip down memory lane, then why not get on board the love train of nostalgia and hit that subscribe button? And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Together we can fight the evil algorithm. See ya on the next one.